Good evening, everybody.
Hi guys!
Coffee with Keith.
And Katie on Public House Media.
And we are at Bruce Mound, right?
Yeah, Bruce Mound in Maryland? Wisconsin?
Maryland, Wisconsin.
Just like Maryland.
Sure.
We're skiing. You can see behind us, we got the bunny hill is behind us, and the chairlift to the evil hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were going to do Christmas cookie decorating tonight. We did that. We understand that we did that before, but we actually have real good cookies and real good frosting to do that. But however, we decided to go skiing tonight. We weren't able to make it back home in time for this show, so we thought we would share our skiing experience with you tonight rather than cookie decorating.
We're going to do a special edition during halftime during the Packers game tomorrow.
Yep.
And we'll decorate our cookies then.
Right. So
they'll be amazing. So don't worry. You'll still get your cookie fix with us. But right now it's skiing.
Right. As Kay said, we're here at Bruce Mound in Maryland, Wisconsin, and a very secluded place. Really nice. It's kind of like a diamond in the rough. It's not a real popular place, but very nice. As you can see behind us, it's a pretty beautiful night.
Gorgeous. Night skiing is the best.
It is.
It's beautiful.
However, they only have 2 hills open tonight. They got like the bunny slope hill, and they have the big, huge hill. They got a big, huge hill that's
a disaster.
That neither Katie and I are ready to go on. If Katie has a pretty good ski background, but she hasn't gone in quite a while, right?
Yeah, it's been about 7 years since I've gone. So I'm done with the bunny hill. I'm ready to go up to medium, but all they have is the Death Wish one, which is just too frightening. I finally fell down. Well, no, you said I didn't.
The people listening to the podcast can't see it. Greg probably can't either.
Well, let us describe it for you. Behind us, we have snow-covered hills and bright lights lighting it all up.
Right, so
gorgeous.
You got kind of the 2 hills like on either side of us with the lights kind of coming in to meet, in the center of us. So
it's gorgeous.
it is. It's very
So turn
very
off
nice.
the podcast and come to Facebook.
Right. Well, what are you doing? Watch it. I always, if you can listen to something or watch something, I'd always rather watch it. But I understand some people can't listen, so still listen to the podcast if you're doing that right now. But
do both.
right, dark. Right, but a dark background behind us. Lights are lighting it up, so it's a very nice here tonight. But anyways, Katie was saying.
It's gorgeous. So I started skiing when I was in high school. We had a ski club. And it's great fun. I've gone to a couple of the places in the UP and northern Wisconsin where there's like real skiing, but this is where we would come pretty much every weekend because it's super affordable for people to come here.
When you're talking about skiing.
Skiing.
When you're talking about skiing, it's pretty affordable.
Yes, yeah. And they have sledding too. We're gonna go do that. We've got our skiing in for the day.
Yeah, we got here around 5 o'clock, but it took forever. Like, I don't ski. Katie has her own skis and her own boots and everything like that. Right, and her own goggles. Look at those things. Very official. But I had to go get my boot size, get my skis in there, so it took us a while to actually get skiing. But we've been skiing for about a good 2 hours. That's about enough of me. So my skiing background, this is only my second time skiing before. My first time skiing was Katie's last time skiing, which was about 7 years ago. So this is my second time skiing, 7 years apart. Might as well be my first time. I did not fall down. I kind of wiped out once, but like my butt didn't hit the floor, so I just had to stabilize myself. So I'm going to say that I didn't fall once when I was here.
Keith wisely chose not to go down the big scary one, and I felt I had to prove it to myself that I could still do that. I went down about halfway down, where I hit the plateau. Keith says, though, I chose to go down. I did not fall down. And that's true. There was really no other option for me at that point. It was either run into a tree or go down. So I went down. And then I made it down the rest of the hills. It was terrifying. I've done the hill before, but I would have liked to have worked up to it today.
Yeah, and right, and again, those being the only 2 hills, I was doing pretty well on the bunny hill. So I'm like, you know what? Right, so I'm like, so what? I wanted to at least get up to the top of the big hill and see how it looked, and it looked freaking steep.
Looks terrifying.
Right, and there's like a little bit of, like I said, there's a little bit of a plateau, you know, between like the first big drop and then the second big drop. And I got down the first big drop, and then I stopped, and I'm like, there's no way I'm getting down that second big drop. So I had to take off my skis, and I had to walk down. But you know what? I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of it. It's all right. It was really only my first time skiing, so I'll take it.
Yeah,
Leaving in one piece. However, I shouldn't say that yet because we still have some tubing to do at the hill over there.
One
But
that way we'll go tubing.
but it's been a great time. We both had a great time. Katie was able to dust off her skis a little bit and dust up on the hill.
But first, before we go, I have to vent my frustrations, as always. Snowboarders. They're the worst. We hate those guys. And make sure they're not here because they're scary. You know, like when you're little and you're having a lot of fun and then the big kids show up and ruin everything? That's snowboarders.
But except it's even when you're adults, it's like they show up and ruin
Yeah,
everything.
and they just ruin stuff. Like if you take the T-bar up, that's one way to get to the top of the hill, and your skis stay on the ground, and the snowboard stays on the ground, and they mess up the track. So, you know, I almost fell off the T-bar. That's no good.
Yeah.
And they're just pushy and bossy and cocky and just like
Yeah. Well,
never like those guys.
snowboarders who talk loudly on their cell phones. The worst.
Yes! Yes! You got it, David!
David knows. David knows.
What did he say before that? Something about hungry.
What did you say before? Looks like they have frosting. It looks like the hills have frosting on them, and the lights make it look lumpy cookies baking in the oven. Hungry.
Yes.
It's a good imagination.
It is.
Honestly, I don't see it, Dave. I don't see that, David. But I'm happy you do because
Yeah.
somebody's got to see it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of our
So they're the
skiing
worst.
experience. Yeah, they are
Guys,
the worst.
if you ever want to hit the slopes, ski. It's the nice person way to go.
Right.
I will
This is-
judge you.
It's more leisurely.
Yeah.
Anyways, have to talk about the Packers. We are, as Kay said, we are going to do our special edition of cookie decorating tomorrow, halftime during the Packer game. However, we still have to do our predictions, and then it'll be a little interesting. We can see how we're doing halfway through the Packer game tomorrow. The Packers have the Vikings at home. Aaron Rodgers is not active for the rest of the year, so we got Brett Hundley
Yep.
coming back.
Brett Hundley for now.
Brett Hundley deserved to have his name. He not
He's
Hunter
doing
Bradley.
as well as he can.
Yep, and he's got 2 more games to go, and there's nothing to really play for anymore. So, but the Packers have the Vikings at home. The Vikings actually have a lot to play for. They're already in the playoffs, but they're playing for a first-round bye. They're playing for home field advantage. So they have a lot to play for. I think the Packers lose tomorrow, 28-17.
Unbelievable.
28-17, Vikings over the Packers.
Well, I'm gonna keep the faith, as always. Dreamer, not a realist. I'm gonna say we don't have anything left to play for, so they're gonna relax, have fun, and we're gonna win. Packers are gonna win. It's gonna be tight. I'm gonna go 24-21.
24-21. All right. Well, I hope that's the case. So we'll see you tomorrow. I got 28-17 Vikings. Katie has. Say it.
Oh, I forgot already.
She forgot.
24-21.
24-21 Packers. 28-17 Vikings.
Yeah.
We'll see which one gets it right. However, we cannot end our broadcast. By the way, we have our coffee with us. I don't know if we pointed out. We have our coffee with us.
It's cold.
It is cold. Hope you have your coffee with you.
Actually, drinking it this episode. You can't just hold it when I'm trying to drink it.
So we're going to end this with Katie playing the game with me today. So we'll see what Katie has, and we'll see if I can get players' colleges right or whatever she's decided to
Well, we have
serve
to
up
switch
today.
it up a little bit today.
All right.
Because we're not home, and I had written out my list, but I can't remember all those things. I just don't care enough. So I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Keith, I want you to name 3 NFL players, past or present, with holiday-themed names. 3 of them. You don't even have to tell me where they went to college. Maybe if you know where they played, that'd be great.
Okay.
3 NFL players with holiday-themed names, and I will tell you if I think they qualify as holiday-themed.
All right. Oh, okay. Number 1, I got one.
Okay.
Johnny Jolly.
Johnny Jolly
for the Packers.
All right.
So that was an easy one.
That was a good one.
That was one.
I like that.
Frosty Tucker. That's his name.
Frosty Rucker.
Frosty Ruck. That's Frosty Rucker. Frosty Rucker. He plays for the Cardinals, right?
Yeah.
That-
Yeah, that I remember.
Frosty. All right, Frosty Rucker. All right, so I got 2.
You got 2.
I need one more.
And you got bonus points. No, you got 1 bonus point. You didn't say where Frosty Rucker plays. No.
Frosty Rucker plays for the Cardinals.
Did you say?
I think he said, yeah, he plays for the Cardinals. He doesn't play for the Cardinals?
Yeah, you said Johnny Jolly played for Green Bay.
Yeah.
We have to hurry up. The orders are being loud.
And Kyle Rudolph.
Kyle Rudolph.
Rudolph the Red.
Ooh, fun fact. So when we used to sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in school, at the end it goes, go down into history, and everyone says, like, Columbus? I don't know if you guys said that.
Like George Washington. That's what I said.
We said fun. Fun stuff. And it went on.
Well done. Thanks, David. I appreciate that, man. David giving me some love.
Yes.
You know what? Also with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, that thing. Like, can we? Also, one more thing about this song, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. They say, you know the dancer, whatever. Is it? Right. And then it said, do you recall the most famous reindeer? If it's the most famous reindeer of all, of course we recall him. How could we not recall the most famous reindeer of them all? Are you serious? Like, I get it's a song and, you have to start it and it's a cute tune and everything. But come on, do we recall the most famous reindeer of them all? Of course we do. Of course we do. Anyways, I just think it's hilarious. Anyways, preaching to the choir. Anyways, I think that'll do it. As the snowboarders come, we are going to hit the...
We're going to head out to the tubes.
Hit the tubes, go sledding for a little bit before we wrap this night up. Anyways, this has been Coffee with Keith.
And Katie on Public House Media. Join us tomorrow.
Where we will be decorating our cookies during halftime of the Packer game.
You're going to want to check out that frosting job, David.
Yeah.
I know I impressed you before. This is going to be amazing.
All right, everybody have a great night, and we will see you in less than 24 hours for a little bit more of Coffee with Keith.
And Katie on Public House Media.
Have a great night, everybody. See you later. Bye. My hands are too cold. The touch screen's not doing it. The touch screen's not doing it. My hands are too cold. My hands are too cold.
Oh no, my hands are too cold.